Hello everybody, this is Davide Biocchi from Italy, and here we are with my Monday intermarket analysis. So let's start with the euro dollar that after this, let me say, sideways that went on for something like 2 months, there was a breakout here and then a pullback in this moment. We are around the price that is representing, let me say, the resistance that is 1.1730, something like that. Okay, let's see what is going on. The last 4 days, the market was very flat. So let's say that we can expect something to happen in the next market session. So for what is still concerning the US dollar, let's see the situation with the Australian dollar that is still continuing in his uptrend against the dollar. Even if there was a period in which the US dollar a little bit recovered. Let's switch also to the New Zealand dollar, and the New Zealand dollar is not so far from the situation of the the Australian dollar. So still continuing the uptrend, and after this weaker period, it is growing up again. So something different is happening on the pound. So the cable is really showing a real strength of the pound for such a long time here, and then a test again of a previous, let me say, resistance of 135. Then there was a pullback towards 1.28. Let me say, then a pullback again to 130. Then a movement that as a natural target around 1.2650, that is more or less the area of this 1, 2, and 3 first, second, and third resistance here, and then again 130. So we are in a trading range right now, and it seems that we have to wait for some other interesting movement. Let's see also the situation with the Canadian dollar. After this long-term downtrend that we have seen here, there was a breakout of a downtrend line, even the breakout of a resistance, and the market moved to the first resistance here, then support, then resistance again and again here, and then back again to this level that more or less it seems that if we go to 132.4, that could be considered the main support here. Finally, let's see the situation of the US dollar with the Japanese yen, and it's clear also here to see a downtrend line here, okay, but then the market went into a sideways where 104 is, let me say, the main support, and we have a resistance at 107 and an intermediate level, very important one, at 105.60. So let's say that we are more or less in between this level, moving up and down. Let's have another look at the Euro-GB pound rate exchange. So here we can see that there was a strong movement in favor of the euro, and this was because there was a strong fear that finally there will be a no-deal Brexit, but at the end the pound recovered a little. So we are now back to this key level of 0.9. That is one of the most important magnets that attract the price recently. The main support still continue to be 0.8887, something like that, and the main resistance in short term is continuing to be 0.93. So let's switch from the currencies to the commodities, and first of all, let's have a look at the crude oil that recently came down again and is very close to the main support here, that is based around 36 and 70, 46.80. So this is a price where we can expect the crude oil to go, and this will have also an impact on all the stocks, let me say, connected to oil that are really not doing good. They are the worst performer in S&P 500 year to date. So this is a real not so good situation about the crude oil. But let's switch on the gold that recently was able to recover. Which price? Well, was able to recover towards the previous support now resistance that is around in between the level of 1900 to 1920. So this is a key level because it worked as a support a lot here. Then there was a breakout here, and then it started working as a resistance. Still continuing to work this, let me say, gentle downtrend. Let me say, based on the fact that we have decreasing maximum here, okay, and then if there is another maximum here, it's still decreasing. So this is important to, it's really important to monitorize this price, this area. I repeat, 1,900 to from 1,900 to 1,910, which this is the resistance area, the first one. Then we have a support at 1,850, and then we have a quite strong resistance around 1,960 to 75. So this is again a place where we can see a resistance. This is for what concerning the gold, and the situation is not so far if we compare the gold to the silver, but what happened to the silver is that it went down really more and more. So the silver was stronger than the gold, but now it's weaker than the gold. So the situation is that 26 still continue to be a very strong resistance here, in my opinion. So it will be not easy to overtake it again, all this area, okay? And the main support we can see here around $22 per ounce. Okay, so let's switch finally to the copper. The copper was probably the best in this moment, able to try to reach again this important area based on 296, and then 3 will be obviously also because it's a full number. 3 will be again very interesting, but main support we can see here, so all this area connected also to this, so 2.875 that worked a lot really in the past, okay? Then again we have this area as a main area, and then we have 3.10, 3.12 as a main resistance. What will happen in the future? Well, in case of a movement, and here you can clearly see also that 2.875 was really working even before. So if we go back, we can see clearly that in spring 2018, 330 was 3.3 was the area, the top area. So maybe if the movement will continue, this one can be the target. But on the other side, we still have to continue focusing on the fact that if it will go down, 2.75 can be the main support. And this area, the area where we are now, it's really a strong area. It's a high density area, so it will be quite complicated to move up and down from this level. So quite interesting. Let's switch to the stock indices. And first of all, let's stay here on the Nasdaq, where we can see there was a little recovery from the minimum on Friday, but the market still continue to maintain its trading range here. So the area of 11,600 will continue to work as a resistance, as the area around 10,800 to 600 will continue to work as a support. In the meanwhile, we are in the middle of this river, and the market will continue to move, in my opinion, up and down from this level until the moment something will be clarified, especially around the situation of President Trump. So the S&P 500 is a little bit stronger, and this is because the stocks that were more impacted there were the big five, I mean, as Amazon, Apple, and so on. And they are impacting 50% of the Nasdaq, only 25, I mean, only it's a word, but only 25% of the S&P 500, and this is something that we can see. On the S&P 500, 3,400 will continue to work as a resistance, and all this area, 3,200 will continue to work as a support. So let's switch to Europe, where we have let me say, a consolidated sideways also on the DAX. So we can clearly see that the DAX is in a consolidated sideways here, where the main support, the first support, is around this area, 12,400, and 13,200 is more or less working as a resistance. So the market is moving up and down from this level. Next very important level could be, key level could be 12,000 here and 11,600 working here. So this is for what concerning the DAX. Let's switch to the Euro Stock 50 that we can see here. And it's also clear here that we are in a sideways where we have more clear resistance, that is 3,400, very clear. Then we have an area that works as a support here, that is 3,100. All this area is really working good, and even if we have an additional level here, so it's a high density zone here, very, very good support working here. So let's see what is going to happen in the next period. And finally, let's close with the Italian MIB, that is in quite the same configuration as the Euro Stock is. So we recently reached and touched this important area of support, 18,500, even to 18,300. That is this price. Still continue to have 20,400 as a main resistance here, even if we have to consider also this spike that we have up. Okay, and more or less we can say that 19,500 is more or less something like the center of this sideways and working as a magnet. It's where the market stays for the most of the time. So here we are with this. So what we can expect? Well, for the Italian market, let's see if it will be able to overtake the price of 19,000 and to maintain it, because for such a long time it was able to do that, but later during the day the market went down. So this is all for Monday. Thank you so much for being here with me. See you on Wednesday for our midweek analysis. Ciao ciao. See you soon.